Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
Welcome, neighbors, to Vecinos with your host, Maria Garcia.
Good morning. Welcome to Vecinos. Our guest today will be talking about abuse of women, some of the options open to women, counseling, different things. I wanted to, this is a very important subject in every community, but also in our community. So probably a little bit more important because, especially to the Spanish-speaking community, they don't always know where to go. My guests are Rocio Becerra and Berta Sararte, and I'm going to ask both of them to tell a little bit about themselves, and then we'll go into what your program does. Thank you, ladies.
You're welcome.
Hi, good morning. My name is Rocio Becerra. I am the founder of Princesa Adelante. Just to tell you guys a little bit about myself, I started about 13 years ago helping out orphanages in Tijuana with the help of family and friends. So we've been active in the communities of Tijuana and San Diego as well, working with different aspects. We started this organization in 2016. It was due to coming back to one of the orphanages, which was completely with girls that were taken away from their home because they were at-risk situations. So we decided, if we're getting all this help for these girls down there, why not do something here in San Diego for the community? So we started with Princesa Adelante October 2016, and we focus in which is domestic violence situations, victims and survivors. And we've grown a lot. Obviously, we're still a small community with Princesa Adelante, and it's funded completely by volunteers. So we're very grateful for that.
Okay, I have a question for you because
Sure.
I know you want to talk about your organization,
Sure.
but you didn't tell me about you. Where did you grow up?
I grew up here in San Diego. So since we're so close to the border, I'm a lot of familiar with Tijuana as well. So I grew up in San Diego, South Bay, close to the border. I was born and raised here, went to school here. So all my life has been here in San Diego, and I plan to stay here in San Diego.
Me too.
Yeah.
What were some of your interests as a child?
I was interested. I would always want to teach. I remember that I would be in my room and I would practice teaching. I would imagine that I had students and I would just basically teach to them. And I'm actually a teacher now for makeup artists. So my vision was there since I was a child, which is something that you should always focus on, try to get what you want as a child. Obviously, things change, depending on the situation, but I was able to become a teacher. I also enjoy going to the beach a lot. It's something that relaxes me. It's something that I can enjoy and also connect with myself. So that helps a lot.
Bertha, I know you're going to talk about a lot of things as well, and you're going to talk about parenting and emotional support group. But tell us about yourself first. I know it's always hard to talk about yourself, but tell us about your growing up. I want to know what kind of a woman decides this is her career.
Hi, good morning. This is Bertha, and grew up in a little town in Mexico, San Juan de los Lagos, Jalisco. I came from my little town here in San Diego when I was 17. That time, I know what kind of barriers and all the obstacles ladies can face in this country. For instance, language barrier and other barriers that stop them for seeking help. And, since then I had the vision to how I'm going to be helping my community in other women in the community. At the time, I started working on, just getting my education. The first step is to how I'm going to be learning the language. Because I was Spanish speaking. Well, I'm still, speaking Spanish. But how I'm going to be learning the language when I grew up in a different country. It was not that easy, but it was not impossible to learn. And I was working hard. And now that I know the language and all the obstacles that I have to face and encounter in my journey, I said, if that's, happening to me, what is happening to the other ladies? And I start looking for avenues, how I'm going to be an advocate for myself and for them. And that's when I start, knowing Rocio and the organization. And as well as her, I was helping the community and vulnerable individuals who had a situation. But it was when I came with Princesa Adelante that my vision was clear. This is what I want to do. And, helping them, guide them, support them on what they are going through. It's not that easy, but, we are there. We are there for them, yes, to support them. And as a child, my interest or my goal was to be a teacher, a mentor, someone to help others in the community. And I was having my dream and my goal in mind, and do not let my dream to go away. I stay with my dream. I was a teacher for some years, and now I'm doing some parenting classes, helping parents to understand their child's behavior, but also helping them to understand themselves and understand their emotions.
And it's very difficult to understand our own emotions.
Exactly.
We're very good at understanding or talking about somebody else's emotions, but when it comes to looking at ourselves, it's a very difficult task.
It's hard.
It's
really hard because you're looking deep in your soul. And sometimes it gets, really difficult to see there what you are.
Yeah, and the pain that either you've gone through or are experiencing at that moment, all of that. Okay, what is Princesa Adelante? What is it?
Princesa Adelante it's a nonprofit organization that focuses on personal growth. We focus on the emotional side. We're an organization that's run completely by volunteers, women that are passionate about helping other women. We also have men that help us. They're more on the outside vision of that. They're always there supporting us. And we focus a lot on the emotional side, like you mentioned, because if we're not doing good emotionally, it's really hard to have positive things happen to us. When we're not doing good with our emotions, it's easier to get into situations of domestic violence. It's easier to allow things that we wouldn't allow when we're in a stable situation. And that's why we focused on that. And we continually assist workshops. We keep educating ourselves as mentors so that we're able to help out our community with that side of the emotional support.
If I needed help, how would I find you and what do I need to do?
You need to call us, or if you get the voice by, somebody else who has been attending to our workshops, that's how that you can reach us. And the phone number that
you can call us at 619-962-5361. We just got donated our webpage, which is princesadelante.org. That's where we have all of information. Since we are volunteers, we are not an organization that's for emergencies. So we ask that you guys be patient with us. We try to do the best we can because it's something that we're passionate about. So feel free to call us at 619-962-5361. And you guys can find us in social media as well as Princesa Adelante. So we're always uploading pictures of what we're doing, where we are, workshops that we're giving, the support group, everything. We try our best to upload as much as we can and keep in contact with people that reach out to us.
Can you walk me through, if I make an appointment to come into your office, and either one of you can answer this question. I've made an appointment and I walk in. What happens there?
Okay, you need to obviously make the appointment. we take an intake basically. So you come with us, we tell you a little bit about ourselves because we understand that it's not easy talking about your situation to every single person that you see regarding this when you're trying to seek for help. So we first try to do that, get that connection with the client. And then you tell us your story as much as you want, obviously, because we need to understand what is it that you need, where are you coming from, and then we fill out an application. From there, you're referred to our support group and our workshops, which is to work on your emotional side. And then Berta can tell you a little bit about the support group in a little bit. And once we do that, depending on the resources that you need, we refer you to different organizations, some that we work with, others that are by word of mouth. But we're always there, trying to see, okay, what's going on? Did they treat you correctly? Are there any questions that you have? Please let us know. So they're always coming back to us, contacting us regarding that. There are some clients that have been in a homeless situation, so they ask us, I need food or I need clothes or a blanket. So we try to get as much as we can from the community. So we post on our social media, and from there, whatever response we have from the community, that's what we're able to give them. They do know that sometimes it's something where we get a lot of, and there's sometimes when we have a lot of restrictions. So they understand.
We're going to commercial right now,
Okay.
but I really want to talk about more about women when they walk in there, because I'm sure the emotional state is very strong.
Definitely.
Thank you so much, both of you.
A podcast or radio show on WS Radio is a great way to create content marketing. Turn prospects into customers into raving fans. Contact Wade at WSRadio.com or call 866-WS-RADIO.
The richness of your life is reflected in the shimmering elegance found at Diolune Design. One-of-a-kind jewelry and pieces from Cynthia Dillon in silver and gold help to express your unique personality. The flowing designs of her creations will empower the way you move throughout your day. Join us online at DIOLUNdesigns.com.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, CEO and founder of VinVillage.com and the Wine and Dine Show on Vin Village Radio. Do you have a wine, event, product, or service to promote? Then contact VinVillage.com to reach thousands of wine lovers across the country. VinVillage connects like-minded wine enthusiasts with unique and exclusive wines, events, products, and services. To learn more, contact us on VinVillage.com. VinVillage is where wine lovers connect.
One person has the power to change the world, impact millions of lives, and leave a legacy for lifetimes to come. That person is you. In the New York Times bestseller, What is Your What? Steve Olsher, award-winning author and founder of the Reinvention Workshop, reveals his proven process that has helped thousands of men and women discover, share, and monetize the one thing they were born to do. Grab your free copy now at www.whatisyourwhat.com/free. That's www.whatisyourwhat.com/free.
Take a break from politics. Tune in and learn something. WS Radio shows are worth your time and are filled with tips and advice. Add us to your lunch routine and we'll give you a meal for your mind.
Small businesses are the lifeblood of America's economy. Every Thursday, SBA Radio interviews industry professionals and is dedicated to provide small businesses with timely insights and innovations. Visit www.sbaradio.us for details.
Tired of presentations with no impact, no inspiration, and no traction? Do dull speakers have you and your team disengaged and distracted by smartphones? Christopher McCullough brings energy, insights, and 2 decades of experience, delivered with punch, humor, and heart. Your team will leave energized, uplifted, and with a sense of purpose. Visit ChristopherMcAuliffe.com to bring some heat to your next speaking engagement. McAuliffe. ChristopherMcAuliffe.com.
Talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Welcome, neighbors, to Vecinos with your host, Maria Garcia.
Welcome back to Vecinos. My guests today are Rocio Becerra and Berta Zarate, and I'm going to ask them to talk a little bit about the support group, because we hear the term support group all the time, but really, what does it mean, and especially what does it mean to the women that come to your organization?
The support group means a lot for them. It means to be there for them and the time of need. When our clients come to the support group, some of them are not ready to share, but they want to start to give the first step of healing. It's a long run, but it takes time, step by step. When they come in, sometimes they are hesitating to share because they don't quite sure if that's the person who is gonna be, validating their emotions, or if they're gonna be criticized or judging for what they're going through. The first statement that I mentioned to them is, I'm here for you to listen what is happening to you. I'm not here to criticize, not judging. I'm here just for you. And if you are willing to share what's happening to you, that's up to you. Or just listening and be in this safe space for you. This is for you. This is your time. And, if you just want to listen, go for it. And sometimes clients are ready at the second support group session, or sometimes it takes 3 or 4. It depends on each individual, how resilient skills they are developing through since they start. We having clients that when they step in the door, they just want help. A silent help is coming out from their soul, but they're there. They want to start healing, but they don't know how. So I just hold their hands and say, I'm here. And sometimes tears are, pouring from their eyes. And that is not words needed. Yes, holding the hands for them. Yes, for them to know that someone is there to listen, it means a lot. Now we're having clients that they're sharing their stories. They are talking about when everything started and how hard it is for them. Just to mention one situation they're going through.
Can you share a story, without names, of course, just share the type of story you might hear?
One of the stories that is impacting is a lady that is in her senior years, that she said that she waited for so long without knowing where to go. And all the time since she got married, that hearing words that she was not good on anything, she was helpless, and she was this and that, and she was believing. And she said that's normal for her marriage situation to be facing. And she said, well, there is not other people who is going through, or there is not any help out there for me, because my husband saying that, I depend on him, and he's doing everything for me, and that's how he married me, because I'm depending and I'm part of him. And for some reason, she heard about our organization, and now she is more aware of the situation, and now she's empowering herself that she can do so many things. And she's now going back to her childhood and talking about how her childhood was, and how the missing father figure on her life was so impacting. And that's one of the reasons why she was staying on the situation on her marriage because she thinks and she thought that her husband was meeting her fathering figure and emotional bond. But she now say, no, I cannot stay in the situation where I'm not being valued, or where a person is pushing me down, is humiliating me, and is doing all this. Now I know I can do it. And now she is sharing that her life is quite different and is getting, constructing in a little bit in pieces, because now she's able to make phone calls to make appointments for herself. Yes, that it means a lot. And also she said, now I can take the bus. For some of us, just taking a bus is like a simple task to do. But for her, it's like, I can do it. I can get on the bus and travel from one point to another point and travel to, going to civic library or going to this library. It's like, wow. Yes, seeing her accomplishment on her face is like, I'm going through. Since the moment we saw her on the first time, and now that she is on her fourth session, it's a big change. Now that self-confidence and self-esteem is building up. That's a different woman that we are seeing on her. It's amazing.
Now, is she still in her marriage?
She's debating, but I think she's in the process of getting a divorce.
I would love to know his reaction to finding that this woman that he devalued for so long now values herself.
Yeah, it's great the way she said, I can do it. I didn't know that, all the things I can do by myself, just by myself. It's like, yeah, you can do it.
Okay. What else what else would we have going in the program? Please talk more about something.
Yeah, we have the monthly workshops. They're in Spanish in Chula Vista. What we do with those workshops, we focus on the personal growth of the women. It's open to any women. It's basically whoever wants to focus on their personal growth. You don't have to be a DV victim or survivor. It's whoever wants to focus on their growth and wants to learn, basically. So each month we have a different speaker, a different topic regarding our emotional side. And we've seen the ladies that come to our first workshop, which was in 2016, to the ones that still come here, which we had March 8th. And you see the growth that they've had. When they come to us and they say thank you, that just means the world for us, because we see them when they come for their first interview for their intake, and we see how their hands, they're shaking, how they're crying, how they're so vulnerable. And as soon as, they get into the support group, they start going to the workshops, or they just have somebody to listen to their story. It makes a difference. And it's something that just makes us so passionate about that, having those ladies see their growth that they've had, how secure they've become. That makes us really happy, and it tells us that we're going on the right path, and continue with this. And we've just had a really good outcome. We have the workshops, we have around 25 to 30 women coming every month, and they've been happy with the topics that we've done. We have people that they say, you know what, I want to give you this workshop. I want to give you this other workshop. We're very selective on who gives our workshops because we want to give them quality, right? And I think we've done a good work. It's a teamwork that we've done with the directors and myself included. We love, just choosing the correct topic for them, choosing the correct speaker for them, because we want to make sure that they take at least one new word with them, and that's what we've seen.
Are you seeing teenage girls as well coming in or not?
Actually, our last workshop, we had 3. I guess the smallest one was around, 8, 10?
10.
Probably. And she wants to be president. So we were very happy for her. We told her we would definitely vote for her, and support.
And what was that workshop on?
It was on personal growth, the exact topic on that. we had to go back, into our childhood and say, okay, what was the situation there that made you be sad or be happy? Who was somebody you admired? And we did that because, first of all, the person you admire was the positive side of it. And the other parts, it's of a situation that happened that made you sad, or basically what made you happy. Because we need to go back to our past to see why is it that we're going through something in the present, no matter what age you are. Because sometimes, situations that happen in the past, we just put them aside and we really never work through them.
Correct. But to expand on that question, are you seeing teenage girls coming in because they're experiencing domestic abuse?
With their families more than anything, the
Okay.
mother being the victim. We have seen the mother living with her children in the car, which is really, really sad. It breaks our hearts. With the teenagers, it's a little bit more difficult, but we are planning in the future to have a support group, especially for teenagers, because it's totally different. And Berta here is the specialist with that.
What would you like to say about that, Berta?
Well, that's really strong, and that is really impacting group, because we are having and facing this vulnerable group on the stage of formal operational stage. So, and there is when they don't know what to do, and they want to, kind of being on a group that is accepting them, and sometimes not getting with the.
Hold that thought, because we're going to come back right after our commercial. Thank you so very much. You're listening to WS Radio. Thank you so much.
Tired of presentations with no impact, no inspiration, and no traction? Do dull speakers have you and your team disengaged and distracted by smartphones? Christopher McCullough brings energy, insights, and 2 decades of experience, delivered with punch, humor, and heart. Your team will leave energized, uplifted, and with a sense of purpose. Visit ChristopherMcCullough.com to bring some heat to your next speaking engagement. McCulloughe. ChristopherMcCullough.com.
Take a break from politics. Tune in and learn something. WS Radio shows are worth your time and are filled with tips and advice. Add us to your lunch routine, and we'll give you a meal for your mind.
I raised $8,000 to build schools for South African children. After realizing how many people go hungry in San Diego, I now volunteer at a food pantry.
I'm spending the next year doing volunteer projects across 3 countries and helping in ways they designate to be the most helpful.
The World Link program at the Joan B. Kroc Institute for Peace and Justice recognizes the potential of youth as agents of social change. Learn how you can help youth become a generation of leaders in action at peace.sandiego.edu.
Attention business owners. If you feel like your business owns you and want to grow your company and get your life back, then get the Scale Toolkit at scaleyourbusinesstoolkit.com. Created by Wall Street Journal bestselling author David Finkel and Priceline.com co-founder Jeff Hoffman, this free collection of 36 videos and PDF tools will help you build a business, not a job. Go to scaleyourbusinesstoolkit.com today and learn how to work less by getting your business to produce more.
Small businesses are the lifeblood of America's economy. Every Thursday, SBA Radio interviews industry professionals and is dedicated to provide small businesses with timely insights and innovations. Visit www.sbaradio.us for details.
If you heard that sound, you probably are eligible for insurance from Navy Mutual, insuring the men and women of the Navy, Marines, and Coast Guard. Here's what one policyholder, retired Navy Commander Thomas Dade, had to say.
Navy Mutual is the best insurance decision I ever made. I wish you had a savings plan available that earned the rates my Navy Mutual insurance has been earning.
Navy Mutual Aid Association, started by military members in 1879, serves active, reserve, and retired military today. Navy Mutual honors our military by providing them affordable life insurance with the features they need without fine print, sales fees, or military service restrictions. Value, integrity, trust, and stability are the cornerstones on which our commitment to you and your loved ones are built. Call Navy Mutual at 1-800-628-6011 or NavyMutual.org for your personal life insurance plan consultation. 1-800-628-6011 or NavyMutual.org. Navy Mutual, insuring those who serve.
Talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Welcome, neighbors, to Vecinos with your host, Maria Garcia.
Welcome back to WS Internet Radio. My guests are Rocio Becerra and Berta Zarate. And when we went to commercial, Berta was talking, and I'm going to let her continue that conversation before we go on to other conversations.
Yes, going back to sharing this about the teens, that's really impacting the teens because that's a different group from the adults. Now we have to, with the teens, we need to not only understand their situation, but also guide them through what they're feeling and to understand themselves, what their feelings are. So going from there, that's, one of our first priorities on featuring the supergroups with the teens.
During the commercial break, we were talking about angry mind and angry spirit, or the soul. Tell me about that. Help me understand it, and help our listeners understand it, because I don't think people realize that all these factors affect how our body reacts.
Definitely. We have a connection between body, soul, and mind. So the workshop that we are planning on the coming month on May, it's about that, how to understand what I'm feeling and what are the things that are making me feel upset or angry, and how I am dealing with this, finding ways of cope with those negative emotions, because if I'm feeling those emotions, definitely my mind, my brain is not working, because my brain is locked and doesn't have me that opportunity to think clearly. But if I know and I externalize my emotions and explain what I'm feeling, I have more chance, more opportunities to let my brain to think and see things and visualize other horizons in a more positive way.
I'm going to take a big chance here and talk about our own culture, because I know, and I'm going to do it with this first, not all of us are the same, so I understand that. But there is a certain part that, ay, pobrecita, así I better go to English to make sure I listen. Poor me, I was made to suffer this way. I need to put up with this. I can't do anything about it. All those stereotypes. And breaking through that. Is that part of the support group? Is that what your focus is? Help me understand this.
Yes, it is, because we want to restructure that stigma. We want to break those chains. Oh, pobrecita, poor me. Yeah, you have 5 minutes to cry and to do whatever you want. But after 5 minutes, that's time for look for yourself. What is the things that are bothering you? And yes, think in this way. If I am okay, and if I love myself, I'm projecting to my children that that's okay to feel certain negative emotions and other emotions. But the key here is how I'm dealing with.
This is so curious because when they come to the intake, they're so it's so common for them to control themselves because of their children that it's hard for them to cry. So I understand that point of poor me, victimizing myself, but when they're there, they're so used to having this image in front of their children, in front of their family, because some families don't know that they're going through the situation, or friends, or they're here in this country, they don't know anybody, so they're so used to being the one that's the head of the family, with the children. So when they're in the office, we tell them, let it go, just cry whatever you have to right now. It's your moment to tell your story, to cry. Obviously, we don't tell them, oh, I'm poor of you that you're going through this. Everything happens to you, because we're not here to victimize them. We let them cry because it's necessary. It's part of their emotions, but we empower them. They don't need somebody else to come and say, ay, pobrecita, poor you. No, they need somebody to say, okay, it's your moment to cry right here. Let your feelings out. But what are you going to do to improve your situation? So they're always told, if you focus on your emotional side, everything around you will start to become something positive. Don't try to save your children first. Save yourself first. Work on your emotions first, and then everything is gonna, get into place. So don't stress yourself. Don't judge yourself. Don't be ashamed of yourself, because it's a situation that all of us can go through without even imagining. So we all go to the basic point, which is the emotional side.
Recognizing that some of your clients might be undocumented, how common is it for them to be threatened by the partner, be it a husband or a boyfriend, with deportation, or I'm going to turn you in, those types of things? Is that something you see very often? Or
all the time, definitely. And it's not something that we focus on. We don't see what economic status you have, what social status, if you're legal here or not, legal documentation or not. It's just the women that come to us, and need somebody to listen to them, need somebody to give them orientation into what to do, where to go. We've had cases when they come to us when they're in a crisis situation, a lot of bad things already happen, and they say, you know what, I wish I would have known about you before. I would have saved a lot of time with this or that. And we just tell them, you know what, don't focus on that, just focus on today. Celebrate that positive thing that you had today and go from there. Because if you focus on that little positive thing that happened, a lot of things are going to continue. So we don't look into that situation of the legal status. We do refer them to people that can help them depending their situation. Obviously, not all cases are 100% into that, but we guide them a little bit, into where they can go, what they need to do, how to prepare themselves, what is it that they can do and can't do. We try to guide them.
I wasn't as concerned about you and their legal status, more concerned about when they come in and say, my husband says that if I talk to anybody or do anything, he's going to turn me in. How do you alleviate that fear? How can you help them? Because if that was me, I would be terrified that I was going to be turned in.
Yeah, like I mentioned, we guide them to where to go. Okay. So if they do come with those situations, but we connect them with the resources. We tell them this is what you can do. Like, for example, start a diary of what situations are happening to you. What is it that he's saying? What is it that he's doing? Is there somebody that was there? Save whatever text or images that you might have. You need to save all of that. We basically just refer them to where they can get that help when they're in that situation, that they're afraid of their legal documentation.
Go ahead.
And also to help them to guide on their to manage and balance their emotions, because if their emotions are balanced, they're gonna be able to rationalize in a more clear and positive way to what to do and what steps to take, along with the guidance, the proper guidance, depending on their situation.
Okay, I think that's crucial. I know, and after our commercial, we will talk about the future, but I want to talk a little bit about some of your other groups, because I know you're really focusing on having groups and referrals. How do you refer people? Who do you know to refer them to? Can you kind of guide me through that, please?
It's depending on the situation of the client, right?
Correct. It depends if they need to apply for a certain order that they might need, we either tell them, okay, here's the court, you have to go to this floor, or there's this organization that focuses on this, depending on what their needs are. That's why during the intake, we ask them, what resources do you need? Do you have medical insurance? Do you have legal aid? Do you need food? We ask them all of that, and then from there we go. You know, if they tell us, okay, I live in San Isidro, okay, here, and I need food, here are these food distributions. And let me see what we can get from the community to donate so that we can give to you. So we're always out there, you know, networking, attending meetings, so that we're able to meet with other organizations that can help our clients, you know. And we're always telling them, let us know how they treat you. Let us know what they told you, so that we're able to know if this is something that's going to work for you guys or not. And obviously, it all depends on the emotional situation that they're going through.
We have a little bit more than a minute left in this segment, but you did mention that you're working with an orphanage in Tijuana where the girls there have faced some of these similar situations. Can you tell us a little bit about that? I know that's not our show, but I'd like people to know what is going on.
Yeah, they were taken from their home because they were at risk situations. Some had to do with drugs, prostitution, domestic violence. So they're basically in that home. They're there 24/7, and they have a lot of donations that they give them, you know, and every time they see us, they run to us and they're happy to see us, and they know that it's not just whoever takes the stuff. They know that it's people that are just willing to help, you know. It's they're girls that also have to go through personal growth. They're girls that when I go there, you know, I tell them, you need to listen, you need to do this. It's kind of like doing orientation, but at a different level, more to a children's level, you know, and understand that the way they take in things, it's completely different to somebody in the outside world.
Okay, we are going to commercial in a few seconds, but when we return, I'd like to talk about the future. What's going to happen with Adelante Princesas or
Princesa Adelante.
I thought the minute I
You're
said
on the
it,
correct way.
The minute I said it, I knew I had said it wrong. Okay, thank you so much for being here.
On the internet, your business's reputation can be unjustly destroyed in an instant. Don't wait for that to happen. Building and marketing your 5-star reputation can increase your business by as much as 19%. Take control of your reputation and have the 5-star reputation you deserve with Reputation Marketing Solutions by DSI Development. Become the go-to company by visiting 5starrepmarketing.com. The number 5starrepmarketing.com.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, CEO and founder of VinVillage.com and the Wine and Dine Show on Vin Village Radio. Do you have a wine, event, product, or service to promote? Then contact VinVillage.com to reach thousands of wine lovers across the country. VinVillage connects like-minded wine enthusiasts with unique and exclusive wines, events, products, and services. To learn more, contact us on VinVillage.com. VinVillage is where wine lovers connect.
You've heard me talking about Progressive Medical Center. They have helped me feel my best. And Dr. Gully, tell us a little bit about integrative medicine. Why is that such a big deal at Progressive Medical Center, and how can that make me feel better?
Integrative medicine is just good medicine. It's combining the best of traditional medicine, nutritional medicine, natural medicine, and really helping the patient get to the root cause so they can take control of their health and really make an impact to improve not only their energy, their vitality, and just their overall outlook on their health and their life.
I procrastinated for a long time before I finally made an appointment. So why should someone not delay and go ahead and get set up and come see you guys?
Any journey begins with that first step, and that first step means making a decision to recognize that there's something wrong with you. Whether you have fatigue, inappropriate weight gain, not sleeping well, not concentrating, all of these issues, you can get to the root cause.
So many of us here at The Fish have gotten help from Progressive Medical Center. So why don't you find out more from them today? Go to progressivemedicalcenter.com.
This is your life, live it well.
You take your smartphone almost everywhere you go. Now WSRadio.com can be there too. Search WS Radio in the Play Store for your Android devices or iTunes for Apple and download the WS Radio application. WSRadio.com, on your phone and in your ear everywhere you go. Download the WS Radio application. Do it now. It's very easy. WSRadio.com.
Attention business owners. Does it feel like your business owns you? See if you qualify for a free 90-minute business coaching session to help you build a business, not a job. During this free 90-minute strategic consultation, one of our senior coaches will help you map out the best way to grow your company and get your life back. To learn more, go to MauiMasterminds.com/scale now. That's MauiMasterminds.com/scale now.
Talk to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Welcome, neighbors, to Vecinos with your host, Maria Garcia.
Welcome back to Vecinos. I'm Maria Garcia, your host on WSRadio.com, the worldwide leader in Internet talk. And we've been talking about a group that is really focusing on women, and I want to talk about their future goals, what their hopes are, how they see themselves moving forward. This is a group that operates on a shoestring budget. This is not a group that has thousands and thousands of dollars coming in every month. So I'm encouraging you to talk to them about, to contact them about donations or grants or anything you know that might be available. Okay, what does your future look like? What's going on this?
Well, Princesa Adelante has been growing so much. We're so happy for that, but we're still small, like you mentioned, regarding our income. We're starting to do some parenting classes. These are in Spanish at the moment. We will get some in English in the future. They're at a slight cost. So basically, you need to take 4 sessions. It's 2 hours per class, and you will get a certificate of participation at the end. We're also doing what it's considered life coaching. We're doing a 1-hour session, and that's also based on availability. We do have the life coaching sessions in English and Spanish, but everything needs to be done through appointment. So basically, if you're interested in either one, which are at lighter cost, you need to make an appointment with us. We do the intake, and then from there we schedule you. So it all needs to be done through our telephone number, which is 619-962-5361. And also contact us through princesadelante.org. That's where we have all of our contact information. We do plan to have English workshops and support group in the future. We're not sure when, because our office is so small that we don't have the space for that. And we want to make sure that there's a good space for them where they feel comfortable, where they can open up with us. And it's all, step by step. We're working on it.
I want to talk a little bit about the parenting class, because I know people often will say, oh, well, I know how to be a parent. I saw my parents be parents. I know what I want to do or don't want to do. And I don't need to take a class for that. More and more people are understanding that none of us came with the little follow this manual to raise this child tattooed on our foot. So can you talk, why is a parenting class important, and what would I learn by going to your parenting class?
Parenting classes are so important because children are the reflection of parents. What parents are, that's what children are doing. And if we have parents with tools to help guide and support their children and understanding their children's behavior, we are having great parents and great children, because they are going to be knowing how to deal and how to cope with their children's behavior. But it starts with the parents knowing who they are and what are their emotional level and what emotions are dealing with and at what stage. So everything is a reflection. Remember, parents are the role model of their children.
So what would I learn in this class?
You're learning a lot. You're learning how to cope with behaviors, understanding your child's behavior. You are understanding the child development. How is the child doing? You are learning about temperament, about personality, what traits are forming your temperament, what kind of things are shaping your personality. We're talking about early positive experience. And who are responsible for doing this? Parents. Parents are responsible to provide and setting the positive, appropriate experience to the child at the child eye level and child stage. Not doing something for a 5-7 years old when the child is 2. So understanding all those little details on how a child is developing.
I know that one thing that I would face when I was teaching, and I went to teach kindergarten after teaching 3rd grade, so that was a difficult move for me. But one of the things I noticed was parents would always use, está muy chiquito. He's too little to pick up his cup, too little to do this, especially with boy children. Okay, there was always, ay, pero es niño, and so getting parents past that stage, is that something that you're working with in this group with your parents, helping them understand?
Definitely, because depending on the child's age, that's how a parent is given a task and responsibilities. And also to understand that and treat children the same, not because he's a boy, he cannot be able to do in this, or because it's a girl, she needs to be in the kitchen or doing some kind of ladies' task. No, everybody is treated equally and given responsibilities at their age level. Nothing more, nothing less.
Okay, let's play dream. If you could dream the future for your group, what would your dream be?
Have a big office with different rooms where we can do the workshops, where we can offer childcare, where we can have computers for them, even like just a chair, or a table. A bed where they can sleep, like for emergency cases, because there's some ladies that they're living in the streets, and it's so heartbreaking that you can't do certain things for them because you're so limited. So having an emergency shelter, something for maybe a night, 2 nights. So have a even a little kitchen for them.
Yes,
make a little difference. We're happy with what we have. We're so blessed, and we're so grateful for everybody that's helped us. But we definitely want a big office where we can have different little rooms so that they have their space, and offer more services, English and Spanish.
And you are a new organization. You just started in 2016, is that
correct?
So I mean, it's in its infant stage, and it'll be learning to walk more and more every day. So I'm hoping that some of the listeners can help. But your turn. What is your dream?
The same dream as Rocio has, having a space where our clients can have, a hot cup of coffee or something, a hot meal that sometimes they don't have on their hands, and a space to find themselves a little time for peace, something for themselves.
That's something we forget. When you're either living on the streets or you're in a crowded situation, that little 5 minutes of quiet time can mean so much to a person.
Yes,
okay.
Definitely. Yeah, we're also trying to have like bazaars, throughout the year to help our clients generate an income, or if they already have one, to increase it. And we're actually having one on April 5th in San Isidro. Everything's published in our social media. We're as Princesa Adelante. So please come out there, support these ladies that they're trying to sell. Some have their small businesses. We're just trying, to help them out so that they can start here or have more income as well, so that they're able to help others. We've had clients that say, you know what, I want to help you. And depending on their situation, we tell them, right now we need to focus on you. We appreciate what you're trying to do for us, but we want to focus on yourself first. And there's some that, their situation was so much time ago that they're able to, balance more with their emotional situation at the moment.
Where is this bazaar being held, April 5th? San Isidro, but give us an address.
It's going to be in San Isidro. I believe I'm sorry, I don't have it on the top of my mind. I believe it's 4630 Border Village Road. It's at San Isidro Boulevard, close to the 5 freeway. but please give us a call at 619-962-5361 so we can give you the correct address. I apologize for not having it.
No.
But it's close to the border. That's where we're at.
Okay, and I want to encourage people to go out there. You might find something you can't live without, which we all do at these sales, and it's nice to be able to pick from something.
And have it for Mother's Day gifts, so that's perfect.
And that's a great place to buy. We have about 20 seconds left. Any last thoughts?
Thank you so much for having us, and hope to see all of you there on the workshops.
Yeah, don't judge yourself. Don't be ashamed. It can happen to anybody. Look for help.
That's a very important line. Again, thank you both for being here so much. I appreciate it.
A podcast or radio show on WS Radio is a great way to create content marketing. Turn prospects into customers into raving fans. Contact Wade at WSRadio.com or call 866-WS-RADIO.
Kenja Dixon was crowned the #1 sales executive through hard work, deep thinking, and the revelation of universal talk laws. He now wants to share these lessons with you. Universal talk laws are what you need to know and use in business and at home to have successful and effective conversations. Kenja Dixon shares his wisdom, action plans, and wealth. Each book comes with a chance to win $10,000. Find Universal Talk Laws at KenjaDixon.com. On the internet, your business's reputation can be unjustly destroyed in an instant. Don't wait for that to happen. Building and marketing your 5-star reputation can increase your business by as much as 19%. Take control of your reputation and have the 5-star reputation you deserve with Reputation Marketing Solutions by DSI Development. Become the go-to company by visiting 5starrepmarketing.com. The number 5starrepmarketing.com.
Hi, Scale listener. This is David Finkel, co-host with Jeff Hoffman of Scale Your Business. I wanted to let you know that our newest book, Scale, was just released and to encourage you to get your copy. The book will give you 7 proven principles to grow your business and get your life back. If you've ever wanted to grow your business, but held yourself back from fear that it would take over your life, then we urge you to get your copy of Scale today. It'll give you a proven roadmap for rapidly growing your business while also gaining more personal freedom. Scale will help you work less by getting your business to produce more. Scale is for every entrepreneur who ever wondered if they really own their business or if their business owns them. Get your copy online or at your local bookseller. For more information, visit us online at scaleyourbusinesstoolkit.com. That's scaleyourbusinesstoolkit.com.
Controversy and conversation to upset the status quo. A no-holds-barred exploration and obliteration of the limits of possibility. Join me, Steve Olsher, and my rambunctious crew on Reinvention Radio, where each week we scour the planet to bring you the world's foremost social, business, political, technology, and scientific disruptors who challenge the accepted and forge daring, cutting-edge paths. That's Reinvention Radio, where normal comes to die and mediocrity meets its final demise.
Hi, this is Rob Barnett, VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect. Be sure to tune in weekly to Vin Village Radio for exclusive, in-depth interviews with the who's who in wine and food.